Hello, I'm Jeff Skeens, and like you, I'm wild about Washington. Federal and state biologists have started testing wild birds for avian flu. The focus is on migratory species, and as part of our public information efforts, the media was invited to a recent testing site in Skagit County.
This is an early detection system to try to give as early as possible detection of avian flu in North America. It's an important poultry disease, and we want to make sure that we give the poultry industry and the American public as early as possible warning about the disease arrival in North America. Over 10,000 samples have been taken in Alaska, and probably 1,000 in California, Oregon, Washington, and Idaho so far, and we have not found any H5N1 highly pathogenic avian influenza. The detection system's working. We have found avian flus, we have found H5 avian flus, but we have not found the highly pathogenic avian influenza.
I'm here to represent USDA Wildlife Services in our efforts in the avian flu surveillance program, along with our cooperators and partners, Department of the Interior and Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. Well, usually we have 3 people. One person is holding the bird to keep him very calm and relaxed. Another person is recording data, and say myself, I would be taking the sample. In this case, on live birds, we use cloacal swabs. Insert a small Dacron swab, about 1/4 inch in the cloaca, to get samples of the virus from the mucus walls of the interior. We then take the swab that's been used, and we will insert it into the media. This is an example of the media we use. Insert the swab in, break off the extra swab, and seal it. After it's been sealed, we apply a barcode to it that identifies this sample. It also links the sample to the species, the location, the approximate age of a bird, whether it was born this year or in previous years, and the health of the bird.
This is a huge coordination effort between the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the Department of Interior, and every state wildlife management agency. And the key is coordination. Don Kraege, who's the waterfowl section leader in Washington, as well as with Brad Bortner out of U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services office in Portland, and USDA Wildlife Services, have all coordinated to make sure that we're sampling birds individually. We're not targeting the same birds in the same areas near the same times.
We're trying to step up our efforts to respond to reports of mortality. So the public's role is really providing more eyes for us, more surveillance for us by calling in reports of any dead birds that they see. Now, we're not going to respond to every report we get, you know, a robin on the back deck that ran into the window. No, it's mainly the primary species we're looking for are mainly waterfowl and shorebirds. And even in that case, we may not be responding to all the reports we get. There's only certain situations or, you know, suspicious kind of mortalities we're going to respond to. We're publicizing our 800 number. We want to definitely increase our surveillance and monitoring network for dead and sick birds.
Probably the most important thing at this stage is to understand and realize that highly pathogenic avian influenza, the H5N1 strain, has not been located in North America. And that's really what the public needs to be aware of. It has been located in Asia and Europe, but not in North America. And so, yeah, you're going to see things sensationalized, but we just have to remember, HP, AI, H5N1 has not been detected in North America.
WDFW fish biologists are teaming with colleagues from the Colville Confederated Tribes on the Okanagan River for a study that will lead to a new hatchery to improve eastern Washington salmon fishing.
This is the first year of a multi-part study where we're using several different gears to catch fish. They include a tangle net, a floating merwin trap, a beach seine. Next year we'll be using weir traps and dip traps. So far, we're having a lot of success catching fish at night using tangle nets. Unfortunately, we didn't catch any today, but We've caught about 12 adult Chinook so far. Really good success as far as keeping them alive and keeping them at the hatchery alive, which is what our goal is, to keep broodstock healthy at the hatchery. Right now we're catching the fish, catching the adult Chinook salmon, taking them to the Casimir Bar facility, which is a tribal fish hatchery right here at the mouth of the Okanagan River. It's a much smaller facility, but it's similar to the planned Chief Joseph hatchery. And it has cool water, similar to the Chief Joseph hatchery we'll have. We're holding these fish for 72 hours to evaluate mortality and what gears are the healthiest for the fish. What gears have the least impact on the adult Chinook. The hatchery is going to incorporate 10% wild stock into the hatchery, and these fish will supplement fish that also return to the fish ladder at the hatchery. And the reason is so that we don't overload the gene pool with hatchery fish. The hatchery is going to be run by the Colville Indian Tribe, and it's planned right now to come online in about 5 years, in approximately 2011. The Colville Indian Tribes are going to get this new hatchery as mitigation for the loss of anadromous fish above Chief Joseph Dam. The hatchery will produce fish for all fishermen, recreational and commercial, and it will boost fishing in the upper Columbia River for summer Chinook. So sport fishing season is open presently, and there are sport fishermen on the river now. The buoys we're using are labeled CCT-CJH for Colville Confederate Tribe Chief Joseph Hatchery. Many fishermen on the river so far that we've seen are catching fish, and they're supportive of what we're doing, and they know that this is going to lead to more fish for everybody in the near future. We plan on being on the water for about a 2-week period every month for September and October. In October we'll be further upriver, not necessarily where fishermen are going to be, but plan on seeing our nets and our traps in the water definitely in September. And we'll see you out here.
Here are some fishing opportunities in the coming weeks. It's fall and time for county fairs, and that's a good time for us to meet our public of all ages.
Well, at the Clark County Fair, we've got our displays up, show all the different kind of recreational opportunities in the area, from fishing, hunting, and then also we've got some of our programs up and shows what the fish program's about, the wildlife program's about, habitat. This is just a chance for us to come out, interact with the public. We've got displays, different animals, antlers, and the kids even get a chance. They can take a quiz and see if they can identify all the pictures of different wildlife we have. And we're mainly here just to talk to the public, answer questions, provide any kind of information we can, and have fun and interact with the kids. And there's a lot of people that aren't aware of our agency and what we do, and the kind of opportunities that they have for fishing or hunting.
and this gives me a chance to talk to folks about different activities in the Vancouver-Clark County area as far as fishing and hunting, and getting more and more people introduced to the sport. There's other places to get involved with wildlife if you don't hunt or don't fish. We've got the Shillapu Wildlife Area. You can go down there and bird watch. There's other areas in the state where you can go around Mount St. Helens and look for the elk herds, and you can shoot them with your cameras and get some good pictures. It's always a good break to come. You get to talk to a lot more people and just a change of pace. And I learn a lot talking to folks too, and sometimes get some good information from people stopping by and just want to share something with me. Most of the questions I get are related to regulations, rules, licensing questions, and then I get a lot of questions on nuisance wildlife, deer, raccoons, that sort of thing, and what options there are for people. It seems like at the fair I get just a lot of positive comments and a lot of thank yous, and the display looks good. There's a lot of people that are really passionate about our fish and wildlife and our resource, and maintaining that resource for their kids and their grandkids. So yeah, it's a lot of positive comments.
Here's where you can see some of Washington's wildlife this month. This has been Wild About Washington, brought to you by the employees of the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. Working together, we can keep Washington's outdoor heritage for future generations. Thank you for watching.